So there's one thing that I feel like I have to speak on, especially from my position, being a world champion powerlifter, being a guy who looks like me in his 40s, and I know having a lot of younger people that look up to me. And I'm going to tell you this with the utmost honesty. You should not be touching steroids if you're not one of these three things. One, a professional athlete. And by professional athlete, I don't mean you're a fucking power lifter or you're a guy who has dreams of being a world-class bodybuilder. Because here's the thing, whether you use steroids or not, if you don't have the genetic potential of that 1% of that 1% of that 1% of that 1%, you are literally have to be this guy who's 1 in a million. You have to have that genetic potential to start with. And if you're 14, 15, 16 years old, you don't even know what the fuck your genetic potential is because you haven't given yourself a chance to even find out what that is. You should not be touching them. If you're not over the age of 30, you shouldn't be touching them. Once your natural testosterone levels drop and things go down, etc., then you can look into that. And 3, if you're a person who ever wants to have children or a healthy lifestyle, etc., because these are going to damage your body. And I'll explain further. So if you're a kid, if you're 14, 15, 16 years old, whatever, and I've been seeing this, there's kids in my gym that are like 16 years old, and a lot of them look up to me and they come and talk to me. And I have conversations with these kids all the time. And they're telling me that there's kids in their schools that are 14, 15 years old shooting steroids. I played football in high school, I wrestled, and I never seen steroids. Never seen them. And we were great. I was a great wrestler. We were a great football team. Football team went to the state championship, all that. And I've never seen steroids when I was in school, ever. Nobody even thought about those type of things. Here's the thing. If you use steroids as a kid, yes, you're going to get bigger. It's going to happen faster. You're going to grow more muscle. Here's the problem. Your body is not developed. Your bone density is not correct. Your bones are not even done growing. Your joints are not done growing. Your muscles are going to outgrow your joints. Your strength levels are going to be too much for your ligaments to be able to hold whatever weight you're lifting, etc. And what's going to happen is you're going to pull your bicep. You're going to pull your pec. You're going to dislocate things that are never going to properly connect back. And that career that you think you're going to have by doing steroids in football, baseball, lacrosse, whatever, you're never going to get it. And this is one of the reasons why we see so many injuries among sports, especially college athletes, high school athletes. The amount of injuries are astronomical, even though now the game's softer. There's so many rules and equipment to protect players, and yet players are getting injured at astronomical rates. Why? Because a lot of them are using enhancement drugs, etc. Also, these things hurt your liver. They put damage on your liver. Your liver's not even fully developed. Your liver's not even done growing and developing. None of your organs are. None of your bones are. None of your muscles are. Anything like that. So you're putting this stress on your organs that may affect you for the rest of your life. You're bringing down your sperm count. If you use steroids for an extended period of time, your body can stop producing testosterone upon its own. Your body will no longer produce healthy sperm. You won't be able to have children. You want to have a legacy. You want to have a family. And I know there's some idiot out there that's going to be like, oh, I don't care about having kids. Shut up. You will. When you get older, you're going to want to have a child. Every man does. We're men. It is literally within our nature to procreate. You are going to want a child to carry on your legacy, etc. So don't hit me with that bullshit. You're hurting your body. Most importantly, you're hurting your potential. So what you're doing is you're not going to ever reach your potential because you're not allowing your body to get there. Genetically, your body is going to get this strong. Your muscles are going to get this big. Your strength levels are going to be this. And this is where you're going to get to. And once you reach that, you can't get any bigger. You can't get any stronger. Your genetic potential is definitely limited. It is what it is. But the reality of the situation is this. You have to reach that before you were to decide to use steroids. If you're a pro athlete or if you're a pro bodybuilder, if you're within that 1% of the 1% of the 1%. First, you got to reach that genetic potential. You're not even allowing your body to reach that genetic potential, so you're cutting yourself short. You're actually going to get less gains, less strength, and less athletic by touching these things. So you're harming your body, you're hurting your potential, so you can post pictures on Instagram. And this is the problem. Social media with the likes, with telling you that everything has to happen now. The reality is this is a marathon. It's not a race. Whether you're trying to get in great shape, whether you're trying to get strong, whether you're trying to be an athlete, these things take years and years and years. World champion boxers done already spent 20 years boxing. Thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands maybe, of hours training in the gym, blood, sweat, tears, before they get to where they're getting to. There's no jumping over these things. So if you're not one of those three things, you should not be touching any type of anabolic anything. Do not let the media fool you. Do not let these idiots on YouTube or whatever fool you. These guys are using drugs. They're not reaching their potential. They're damaging their body. You're going to do a bunch of drugs to get a bunch of likes on Instagram. You're never going to be a world champion bodybuilder. You're never going to be a world champion anything. What you're going to be is injured. You're going to have destroyed ligaments. You're going to have a bad liver. You're going to have a dick that don't work when you're 25. And this is the crazy shit to me, because the amount of young men whose dick don't work is crazy. Like, I be seeing these things on YouTube and these videos and things where women is talking about their boyfriends, etc. And I'll be reading blogs and shit like that because I'll be bored. And the amount of women that be like, my boyfriend has erection problems at 25. Bro, at 25? At 25, my shit was like a boulder anytime I looked at a female. I could have saw a nipple and that shit would have been like, boom, immediately. Y'all can't get hard in your early 20s? You got teenagers with erectional problems? Dudes out here using weird ass drugs and now on top of it doing steroids. It's not worth it. Go to the gym, put the work in, reach your genetic potential. And when you're old enough to make that decision, if that's what you want to do, then make that decision. If you're under the age of 30 or you're not a pro athlete, you shouldn't even be thinking about touching steroids at all. Protect your body. It's the only one you get. You're not going to get a new one.